The following program is rated A for
awesome!
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rusty and Billy's Wrestling Adventure. We're excited about another week. Lots to talk about. Before we jump into it, though, I have to brag on the wife for a second. You know, we brag on them about, you know, how they sacrifice time with us and all that, and handle business at home for us to do our thing here. But
for sure,
this weekend I got a little extra surprise from my wife. So we were in Russellville just doing grocery shopping. And we were both ready to come home, but she was like, I got one more pit stop to make. And so we're going, and after we drive away, she's like, okay, you got to close your eyes. Like, I don't want you to know where we're going. And so we end up, I know we're in some neighborhood, but I don't really know where we're at. And so I got my eyes closed. She gets out of the car. She comes back. We're driving down the road, and she's like, hold out your hand. And in my hand, she places a PSA 8 1985 Hulk Hogan sticker. As a Hulk Hogan guy, you know, that's the way to my heart. And the Hulk Hogan blue variation rookie.
Look at that.
So now I have the gold and the blue. And I could not have been more excited, man. Like, I don't know. So what she said happened was, I have a buddy, Jared, who he's big into cards. I mean, he's a huge collector, and he sells them and stuff. And he goes to all these card shows, and I guess he had posted these on his Facebook. And I don't know how I didn't see them, first of all, because if I'd have seen them, I'd be like, hey, dude, I need those. But my wife saw him, reached out to him, and he hooked her up. And so thank you, Jared. I appreciate that, man, and thank you, Alexis. That means so much to me because I mean I'm a Hogan guy to my core, man. And so she was like, do you already have that one? And I was like, man, it wouldn't matter if I had 500 of them. I want 501.
Yeah.
You know, like anytime I have a chance to buy, especially that card, you know, the rookie year card, I'll buy every one of them I can get my hands on. So just wanted to start off with saying thank you, Alexis. I love you so much. Awesome surprise.
Yeah.
So
you that's how you know you're over at home. You know what I mean? Like if your wife goes out of her way to get you something that you like, that she knows you like, and like to dig this deep into like this is the first I've ever seen one of these in person ever. Now that's saying a lot because I've got a lot of stuff, and I'll be honest, cards aren't one of them. I mean, I collect the figures, the title belts. I've got every video game ever made. I have 2 closets worth of apparel, and bins of back shirts and then some. And I've got a lot of stuff. I just don't have. Just never got on the trading card bandwagon. I did when I was a kid, the WWE, the Wrestling Classic trading cards, which you've got some of these in here, but I had like every one of those. The WCW ones I had as well. I remember the Jim Ross card on the back. It said his toughest opponent was Tongue Twisters. I had that whole line, like probably twice over. Had the NBA hoops cards, those silver cards back in the day. Had like a ton of those as well. But beyond that, this is like early 90s, you know. Beyond that, I just kind of didn't really care about cards. Just kind of cared about everything but cards. But like these mid 80s, this is Hulk's rookie WWF card. Like that's, man, for a wife to go out of her way and score that is massive. Like, yeah, like you said, if you had 500, like you'll take 501.
100%. Like I could never have too many of those.
No.
But I didn't have the blue one, and so that's even better.
So, a happy accident right there.
Absolutely.
So wow.
Very, very much appreciated.
What a find.
Love you so much. Thank you.
Huge find.
But man, let's jump into this, some things that happened this week, man. Let's start with SmackDown. So I think first of all, Trick Williams coming home. And boy, you could tell that crowd.
Those rally towels all over the place.
That was a PLE crowd for SmackDown when he walked out. Like that was. And let me tell you what cracked me up is I saw some sucker posting on, I think it was TikTok or Instagram, and he was trying to say the crowd was dead. Like they were like,
oh my
crowd's so
gosh.
dead. WWE had to pipe in cheers for Trick Williams.
Absolutely.
And he posted some bogus video, and everyone in the comments was eating him up like, Bro, I was there. Like, that place was electric. Like, it was crazy when he came out. Like, listen,
That's like calling me dark.
yeah.
Like that's
Like,
absolutely not.
can
Like,
we stop with the online rage bait? Because
oh,
anybody that had any sense and just caught a glimpse of SmackDown on Thursday when Trick Williams' music hit, and you saw, like, it's not, you can't tell me they popped in the noise because I watched the crowd's reaction. Like,
there was nothing.
that crowd went crazy. What a homecoming. Could you imagine, man? Like, coming through everything he came through, going through becoming a football star, getting drafted, and then getting cut, having to be a substitute teacher. I saw an interview where he said he went from doing autographs for these kids one week to being their substitute teacher the next. Like, just the humbling there and how humble he is.
I've been a substitute teacher before,
But
but nobody wanted my autograph.
but
Anyway,
but then to turn around and now you've made it in a whole different area, a whole different genre or sport, entertain, whatever you want to call it, a
yeah.
whole different field.
Uh-huh.
And now, I mean, he's the man.
Yeah, he's completely come out the shadows, and he's probably the most emerging star right now in WWE. And there's several that can make claim to that. Trick Williams he's just dripping with confidence and just exudes. They refer to it as it, right?
And
It's just you can't explain it. You just have it, and they just call it it.
and that's what I was going to say. He has the it factor, and I mean, right now, obviously, with him and Obafemi coming up at the same time, you kind of look at those two as a comparison. And Oba's got the it factor too, but it's a different it factor.
Yeah.
Oba's got the look, the aura of a WWE wrestler.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trick Williams has the aura of just a flat out star. Like, take the WWE off of it. He just has the aura of a star.
Yep.
And to me, that's the only difference in the two is Oba has it as far as WWE superstar. He is it. He's going to be dominant for years to come. Trick Williams just has it. Like there's nothing else to it but just it, that it factor. And if it for what some if some god-forsaken reason something happened and he fell off in WWE, that dude's gonna go make it in something because
Yeah.
he has it.
Yeah. Different flavors of ice cream, both very good though.
Absolutely.
Can't beat one over the other.
Yeah.
They're just different.
Yeah.
Trick Williams just has the entertainment value, as far as like the charisma, the gift of gab on the mic,
100%.
just every bit of ability under the sun. Obafemi, just has the more dominant, like you couldn't, run over that guy with a Mack truck and,
Yeah.
and keep him down. He would throw the truck. So it's just, two different flavors of ice cream. Like I said, both very good.
Neither. If I had to start, if you came to me right now and said, okay, you have to start a wrestling promotion, you can only pick one of those guys to start with. You couldn't go wrong either way.
No, you
I don't feel
couldn't.
like it's
Simply
1A,
put,
1B.
literally.
Yeah. I mean, I think personally for me, I would probably go Trick just for the intangibles that you can't. I don't know. You either have it or you don't. And he's just got some of those things as far as like, I don't know, like interviews. Like you hear him talking in interviews, and I'm not talking about just like on the mic doing a promo. I'm talking about just like in social media, like in interviews, podcast interviews and stuff.
Mhm.
Oba's great, but Trick just has that thing. But like I said, if I had to pick one, it's almost just like put their names in a hat and let me pull one out. And
Yeah.
that's who I'm going with because
Yeah.
they're both amazing. But Trick had the homecoming, and of course, the Miz had to come out and try to spoil it and pay for it.
That's when you know you're over, is if the Miz is
That's
interrupting you.
that's it.
That's when you know you're on the right side of the fence, so to speak.
That's it. And
Trick beat Miz, and
we've said it before, and I'll keep saying it every time. The Miz is the most underappreciated superstar by the fans.
and I'll keep saying it and agreeing with you.
And again, we're talking about if I was starting a promotion, he would probably be in my top 5 people that I would want
Yep.
to bring with me.
Absolutely.
Like if we're doing a draft, he's a top 5 pick for me
Yes.
because he gives you everything. But the big thing he gives you is the selflessness and the ability to help put people over.
Yeah, and himself,
Yeah.
whatever the case calls for. I
Yeah.
mean, Miz can do it all. He
Yeah,
really can,
absolutely.
and has. Um, Goodness gracious, the two-time Grand Slam winner. Yeah, I mean,
I think that gets forgotten, and I don't know how you forget, but I think that's often forgotten.
he needs to like fly that in the sky, like write that in the sky, and just remind the
Yeah.
world, like two-time Grand Slam winner.
I mean, every now and then he's like, "I'm the main event at WrestleMania." He reminds you sometimes, but yeah, man, I think that gets lost in everything. Is just all he's accomplished, man. And when you talk about someone an overcomer and someone who wasn't supposed to be here
Yeah,
or supposed to be there, that guy wasn't supposed to be there.
yeah,
Like
oh, yeah,
if you hear him talk about his early days and like how he was punked in the locker room, like it was
yeah.
serious. Like
Fix him
it
right up.
wasn't just innocent hazing. Like they hated him.
Yeah, yeah. They
Like
they
they
kicked
hated him.
kicked him out of the locker room, made him change in like broom closets. Um, he was in the locker room eating a piece of chicken, and they tried to say he's eating chicken over someone's bag, and then the way that they made it out to be was like he was just throwing chicken
Yeah.
everywhere, and then that led to him getting kicked out of the locker room, and he just put up with all that,
They hated
all
him
that
because he
crap.
was he was on MTV's The Real World
Hmm.
and he had created this character, The Miz. And honestly, man, if you can go back and find it, go back and watch it. Like it's kind of cool to go back and watch some of those episodes, but
And he looks like an eighth grader,
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, he's like
but
12.
it's fun to see.
But yeah, man. But he wasn't supposed to be there, and he pushed through all of that.
Hmm.
Main evented WrestleMania, two-time Grand Slam champion. Like he's the Miz, and he's awesome.
Married Maurice.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if we want to talk touchdowns, um, I mean, did you talk about out punting your coverage, so to speak?
Yeah,
But no, I mean, gosh, he just kept at it and went through
yeah,
all of it. He was just like, he looked at himself in the mirror back in the day, which was like, what do I want to be? What I've always wanted to be, a WWE superstar, and he just went after it
yeah.
and hadn't looked back. And God, look, obviously made the right choice. And
Absolutely,
yeah, definitely one of the when he goes into the Hall of Fame one day, I will be standing in my living room. If I'm not there in person, I'll be standing. He'll get my standing ovation for sure, regardless of whether I'm
absolutely,
there live or at home.
absolutely.
Um, Speaking of homecomings, Raw last night, and we'll get to Raw last night, but just want to speak just for a second. Raw was in Greensboro last night, the hometown of Javon Evans, and Javon Evans was not seen. Why?
Yeah, he did the dark match main event.
He did the main event match?
Yeah,
Okay,
he did
that's
the main
fine.
event before it opened. Yeah, because I thought that I kept waiting on him to come out,
Yeah,
and it was like, bro, what are we doing? And
not
then I
even a
saw that he
backstage.
did the dark match.
Not even a backstage. I was like,
Yeah,
you telling me they're keeping Javon Evans off the card because this is his hometown? Like, come on.
and
Okay, but he did a match for main event. That counts. That's fine.
eh,
Would have liked to have seen him on Raw, mixing it up with
it was confusing to me because one minute you're pushing him, and now he doesn't even get screen time on Raw in his hometown.
well,
I get,
I wouldn't read too much into that. It's just they had so much going on, and just
yeah,
they had to have showtime for this, that, and other things.
yeah.
Um, Saturday night's main event is this weekend. All they had were for Penta and Ethan Page, where Ethan Page had an interview with Michael Cole, and Penta had a little video segment of his own, and that was
Yeah,
that. So,
yeah, yeah. This Saturday night main event, there hasn't been a real big push for it. Like it's not been like a real hyped up, you know.
but that's okay though. 'Cause
Eh,
I think it's going to be.
it'll be fine. There'll be 4 or 5 matches, and
There are 5 matches,
yeah,
and I think it's because Clash in Italy is literally the next weekend.
yeah,
I think. I mean, Clash in Italy, holy crap, is shaping up to be like every match is a WrestleMania level main event on
yeah.
Clash in Italy. And we'll get into what happened on Raw last night and
Well,
SmackDown and all that. But
let's talk about SmackDown
okay.
and what's going to lead into Clash in Italy,
Hmm.
where Cody Rhodes comes out with the contract and he's calling out Gunther saying, "Come sign this, come sign this." Gunther ain't gonna sign it, and Royce Keys music hits.
Royce Keys comes right out and is like, I'll sign it. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, do it, Royce. You
yeah,
go sign it. Heck
yeah.
yeah. Leave Gunther in the dust. Just go up there and sign it, man. Yes. Dude, such a Royce Keys fan. That dude has grown on me quickly. I loved when he came out and was just like, I'll sign it.
Yeah.
You know, So, anyways, he didn't get to sign it, but he did have to wrestle Gunther in a number one contenders match in
And
the
put
main
on a
event of
show.
SmackDown,
Put on
and
a
I
show.
absolutely love that match.
I hope to see, and I think what happened Friday night will help, but I'm hoping to start seeing more of a pop when his music hits from
Yeah,
now on, man, because he's another one of those when you hear him talk about his story and everything, man, like it's real, man.
real
He
life,
came through some stuff.
bad stuff.
You know, he persevered through some stuff to be where he is, and so, I want to see a guy like him get that big push.
Yeah,
You know, whether you like him or not in the ring, you have to respect what he came through and what he's overcome to be where he is. But I mean, you watch him in the ring, he's a performer, man. He does well.
he manhandled Gunther.
Yeah.
He manhandled Gunther pretty much all match long. When he had it, Gunther at ringside and walked into the announce table and just like boom,
Yeah.
boom, like 3 times off the announce table, just holding the man, just repeatedly, just. And Gunther is no small man,
No.
and obviously Royce Keys is not either. But
No.
yeah, dude, that guy, I love that match, and I hated Dadgum Solo Sikoa coming down
Yeah,
this
Solo.
week on Solo Ruins Everything. Solo Sikoa trying to recruit Royce Keys into his MFT for some reason.
So what do we think is going to happen here? Because yeah, because that don't even make sense. Like when MFT stands for my family tree,
Well, he had. I mean, JC Mateo.
that didn't
There's
make
no
no
blood
sense
relation.
either.
There's no blood relation there.
Yeah, that made no sense to me either.
But he's gone, and he tried to recruit Royce Keys as because they go way back and they're familiar with each other before coming
Yeah.
up in the business. So I mean, I guess that counts close enough if you're Solo Sokoa. Um, I
Yeah.
mean, if I'm looking at Royce Keys and thinking like, oh, I can have him on my side, I guess I would do the same
I mean,
thing.
I would rather have him with me than against me.
But yeah, but that gum Solo Sokoa with a steel chair trying to give it to Royce Keys, and Royce Keys gave it right back to him in
Yeah.
his face, rightfully so. But it still cost Royce Keys a lariat and a powerbomb from Gunther, and Gunther is now going to face Cody Rhodes officially now for the WWE
Yeah.
Undisputed Championship at Clash in Italy.
Which we all saw coming. And before I get more into that, can I just bring up something that is a pet peeve of mine? And I've been meaning to talk about it multiple times on the show, but it just keeps escaping my mind because we're not people that prepare and take notes. We just come in here and shoot from the hip.
Yeah.
But these guys that wear the trunks with the suspenders, what is it? Him, Braun Breaker, Damian Priest, like they all do it. They're getting towards the end of the match, and all of a sudden they're like, and they start taking the shoulders off to expose their chest. It's almost like they're hulking up by removing that. Like what? Somebody just explain to me what that does. Like
I think it's just a subliminal thing to let you know that the crap's fixing to happen and this match is about to be over.
I've always, even as a kid, never understood that. It's like, oh no, the strap. Like it's not like you got boxing gloves on. You're like, all right, I'm taking the gloves off. Like no, we're removing the strap from the chest, and it's just like, what just happened?
As far back as I can remember, like back in the Memphis days, Jerry Lawler used to bring his strap down while
Yeah,
he was fixing to mount the comeback and end the match.
yeah.
Kurt Angle used to get his
Angle
down,
did
but
it all the
he'd
time.
get
Yeah,
hyped up, and then he'd put him back up, and then he just to take him
yeah,
back down and get re-hyped up, you
yeah.
know.
I think
Uh,
Gable does it too when
yeah,
he's Gable.
yeah.
But
Um, I don't know, it's
I mean,
just a thing.
it's just something that's always I've just been like, what was the point of that? But anyway, that's neither here nor
Maybe
there.
maybe
Had to get that off my
maybe
chest.
they get hot and it helps them cool down. I
Maybe
don't
so.
know. I have
Maybe
no
so. I
idea.
don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know. But getting back to Clash in Italy, now we've got Gunther and Cody. What do you think happens there?
It's a good question. I if Cody wins, I don't know who's after Gunther. If Cody wins, or if it's a continuation of Gunther coming after Cody still. If Gunther loses, if Gunther wins, I can see Cody back in the chase after it. I can see maybe somebody else coming after Gunther and Cody. Maybe there's a side thing going on over here that Cody has to tend to that happens at Clash in Italy. I don't know. I really don't know. And that's a good thing because I kind of
Yeah.
don't want to feel like I know the outcome of things. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And this time I don't. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want everything to be predictable, but
Nope.
to me, this is a tough one though because you can see an argument either way.
Yeah.
You know, well, Cody needs to win for this, but Gunther needs to win for this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
who loses the most with the loss? You know, and that's a tough question. I don't know that you can really sit here and just give a definitive answer to that.
Maybe Gunther does if he loses, because up to this point, Gunther's been the career killer, right?
Valid.
And he's, you know, I mean, he did beat Seth at WrestleMania, although there was Braun Breaker interference.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, like, you know, say if Gunther loses and then Cody's off to the next opponent, then what does Gunther do? I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
If Cody loses, at least he can get back in the hunt, and that's something for
Yeah.
Cody to do, is get back after his title. So, yeah, I don't know. Um, I think we'll get to it probably more in depth, but with Brock Lesnar shockingly showing back up last night on Raw and attacking Obafemi, after he had laid his boots and gloves in the ring at WrestleMania and was emotional, you know, glad handing fans on his way out the door retiring.
Legit tears
I
from him and
think
Heyman.
I think we still got Gunther and Brock on the table at some point. Now
Well,
that now that Brock's back, I guess.
I guess let's dive into this
So,
because that kind of segues into the whole Oba and Brock thing anyway,
mhm,
as far as direction. So if you didn't watch Raw, Obafemi comes out to do his Obafemi Open Challenge. He's in the middle of his thing, and of his
his entrance.
his entrance, yeah, in the ring, about to strike his pose, and Lesnar jumps in the ring. You can't tell initially because it's dark, but you just see him get jumped from behind. Then the lights come on. You're like, oh my god, that's Brock Lesnar. That's freaking Brock
Of all
Lesnar.
people, it's freaking Brock
Like, did he
Lesnar.
not just retire 2 months ago?
He literally, not even that.
Not even that. Yeah, a month ago, little over a month. Like,
Wait, they had a video package. They had "Thank You Brock" merch
yeah.
like the next day,
So here's my question,
and
because
there he was.
we all saw it. Now these guys are actors. Don't get me wrong, but that seemed pretty real. So was this a pivot? Was this a TKO Triple H? Like, hey, this Obafemi thing with the open challenge ain't really working. We don't have clear direction for them. Let's see if we can talk Brock talk Brock into coming back, and let's at least stretch this out another month or two. Because here's my thought on what happens. I think this leads to a SummerSlam career on the line match for Lesnar. I think he's going to get a proper one of those. I said all along I thought it would be Gunther, but now with all this, I'm thinking one or two things happens, and it leads to it either way. Either Clash at Italy, Lesnar wins. Now we're 1-1. Now let's hype it up for something big like SummerSlam and put the career on the line. Or, and this is what I think is more possible, Oba wins again at Clash in Italy, and we get Crash Out Lesnar, who completely goes berserk, flies off the handle,
Mm.
mad that he can't beat Oba, and says, you know what? If I can't beat you a third time, I'll leave.
Here's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking like, okay, this Obafemi Open Challenge. They don't have anybody for it.
No, no. Who's going to say, yes, I'll fight Oba with no title?
And it wouldn't matter. Oba's
Yeah.
going to run over him anyway. They have nobody for it.
The whole concept of the open challenge thing is to give people a shot at something, not a shot to get drug across the ring by the ruler. Like,
So like they had to bring Brock Lesnar back for Oba to have a viable opponent.
yeah,
Even though Oba squashed him at WrestleMania,
yeah.
it's still Brock Lesnar. I mean, and there's the internet conjecture about Brock wasn't supposed to retire at WrestleMania. He just went into business for himself and did it on his own. They were supposed to set up maybe Brock going to SummerSlam and retiring. And that's the internet. Who knows?
And that's something
Uh,
that only Triple H, Brock, only they know because it did seem like a surprise,
It was a surprise.
and it could have.
It was.
But I mean, that could have been his plan. But I personally do feel like this is one of those like, okay, we're going to lose all the momentum we have with Oba if we don't do something, because this open challenge just there's nobody to answer the call.
Mhm.
You know, there's no Braun Strowmans who aren't on that level, but they're at least big enough to be a viable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's just nobody to contend.
I mean, Oba would throw Braun Strowman around the ring anyway.
Oh yeah,
Quite frankly, he just would. No disrespect to Braun Strowman, you know. But I mean, Oba would he would not get these hands. He would Oba would rule over Braun Strowman
yeah,
if that were the case. And in terms of like a rubber match, like if Brock beats Oba at Clash in Italy, which how could we not assume that that's not going to happen? Brock Lesnar's thing was on the contract per Paul Heyman last night, and just waiting for another signature, and that's going to be Oba Femi at Clash in Italy. Duh.
yeah.
Um, I feel like SummerSlam, between now and SummerSlam, is a ways away
It
for a rubber
is.
match. That's August. This is May. We still got June, July, and like half of August to go before SummerSlam.
So
So
what PLEs are in between Night
Money
of
in the Bank,
Champions,
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank?
Um, I know Night of Champions is in June. It's in Riyadh. Dadgum Riyadh, getting WrestleMania and Night of Champions. Money in the Bank is in New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken. You know, Money in the Bank's kind of like you have your four tentpole events: WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. If you had a fifth, I would argue that it's Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Um, I'm thinking like Money in the Bank's probably a good if it happens that way. I don't know. We'll
Even
see.
though personally I would rather see Money in the Bank, those matches take place at WrestleMania instead of having its own PLE. My opinion. That's just how I feel about it. Because for me, like I don't like gimmick PLEs, I guess. Like Hell in a Cell, when there's one Hell in a Cell match. Like if I'm gonna have a Hell in a Cell PLE, I want to have 5 matches and I want every one of them to be in Hell in a Cell. Like that's just me. I want the
That'd be
tag team match, whatever it is.
that'd be possible nowadays.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know. But
But
like the Royal Rumble's a gimmick PLE. It's the Royal Rumble.
yeah,
You don't have the Royal Rumble match anywhere else.
but those
I
are
get what you.
hour-long match. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like those are long matches, and now you have the men's and the women's.
Mhm.
So
And I agree about Hell in a Cell. Like it shouldn't matter about, oh, the event's called Hell in a Cell. We got to have something to build up towards a Hell in a Cell match. Like that should happen if the rivalry calls for it, no matter what the
right,
event is. In my
exactly,
opinion,
exactly.
Hell in a Cell, TLC. I agree with you on those.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank, though, to me, is kind of akin to the Royal Rumble nowadays because that's a number one. That's a guaranteed title shot anytime you want, anywhere, and it's.
Or I think
I
you
think
could.
that's a special thing.
I
So
think if you wanted to keep doing TLC, you put your Money in the Bank matches in those because those are ladder matches. My thing about like TLC
you can
was just
still use tables and ladders in a
yeah,
ladder match anyway,
right,
not
right.
tables and
But
chairs.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's still the whole concept is based around a ladder. But like my problem with like that PLE was always that again it's TLC,
Yeah,
but there's only 1 or 2 matches on the card that are
like one would be a table match, one would be a ladder match.
yeah.
There was a chairs match at one point. I mean, and then there's like an actual TLC match. Yeah, yeah,
Which by the way, TLC always had one of the coolest stages.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think we talked about that before.
Hmm.
But anyway, we're veering off into PLEs now. But I see what you're saying though about the time between Clash in Italy and SummerSlam. So
Hmm.
I-
Same with Elimination Chamber. I don't feel like it should be its own standalone event either, even though it has been for years and years now.
right,
When the Chamber was first introduced, it was at Survivor Series, and then they had one at SummerSlam. It was the situation called for it. It wasn't just stuck to a specific event, and
right.
we just had to have folks to throw in there to fight for a number one contender spot at WrestleMania or something like that. It was, it was needed to help settle a title picture or
Yeah.
something similar.
You have
So
multiple people that
you never knew what time of year you were going to get the match,
right.
so you watched and to see what was going to happen next. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Less predictable that way. I like it that way.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, Royal Rumble special, it should be its own thing, and Money in the Bank to me is its own thing. It should be special too. But what were we talking about before we got off on that tangent?
We were talking about Oba and Lesnar and
Oba
the
and
time
Lesnar.
between Clash in Italy and
Oh,
SummerSlam.
we got way off.
Yeah. Well, we veered off in the PLE rabbit hole.
Yeah,
You know.
we took the whole other direction. Yeah, so Brock Oba right now, just to make an early prediction at Clash in Italy, I think I don't see Oba going over twice in a row on Brock Lesnar. Brock's back for a reason.
Yeah.
I see Brock winning this one. Maybe there'll be a third match, but I still think we're owed Brock and Gunther somewhere, sometime in the future.
I mean that's what I predicted last year about Brock's retirement, was that it would be Gunther. That'd be another notch on his belt.
Yep.
I guess a lot of that's going to hinge on what happens. Cody Gunther,
Yeah.
Oba Brock, because here's the thing: if Brock goes over on Oba, now you're 1-1. You got to have the rubber match.
Yep.
Like you got to.
Yep.
Which there will be opportunities. There's a couple opportunities there. I mean, you could do it at Night of Champions because God knows all the champions don't wrestle on them. So don't even get me started on that crap. But yeah, it's just interesting because no one saw this coming really. I mean, we had talked about it after it first happened. Could this be a work? Whatever. But then we kind of gave in to the fact that, man, all the emotion, the merch, all that stuff that happened, it's like, yeah, that's real, man.
Yeah.
They moved him to the forever on the intro, and so good job WWE on that one, man. I mean, that's you
got us.
You're always you got to be grateful and thankful for a big surprise like that. Like, whether it was the plan all along or you had to pivot and do something else.
I think that's what it was.
And I do too. I think that was
I don't think it was a
happened.
plan.
Yeah. So, but good job. Looking forward to seeing, what direction that takes from here. But on Raw too, man. So we got some stuff going on here with Seth and the Street Profits. Like Dawkins just couldn't let Seth go at it alone last night, man. Like, he had to come out and save the day, and Montez wasn't feeling it, man. Montez wasn't happy about it.
No.
And took a spear for his troubles.
I get it.
So I hope we're not going to see what everyone called for years, and that be the split of the Street Profits, because I feel like they just kind of got their mojo back.
Yeah. That would be terrible to see them split up. They just came back.
Yeah.
And I mean, for years, it's like, when's Montez going to break out on his own? Soon as you said that, though, Dawkins came up, and Dawkins was a joy to watch, still is.
Yeah.
And Angelo Dawkins just leveled up big time, man. He was. I remember when I remember him pouncing Braun Strowman, Strowman flying off. He flattened Braun Strowman at ringside one time, and it was a hit for hits, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's Angelo Dawkins, man. Like, it's there's no talk of like, when's Ted's going to break out now.
Yeah.
Dawkins has broken out within the team. I mean, they're equal now. There's no breakout. They need to stay together.
Yeah.
Unless they amicably go separate. There need to be a breakup, like a Rockers breakup, like back in the day, where nobody needs to go through the plate glass window of the barber shop. They should just be like, they should just shake hands and just be like, want to go to one brand, want to go to the other, or something like that.
I don't want to see that, though.
And I don't either, but I'm saying if it has to happen, that it should be that way. And that's not going to happen. I mean, the Prophets they've had disagreements before.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've been fine, and they're fine now. Seth freaking Rollins, this is the bet he made. He's got to lay in it. Dawkins is kind of more sympathetic towards him, obviously. Tez is going to come down and help out his partner, irregardless, and he's going to get his spear for his trouble. I did like what LA Knight kind of confronted Seth with last night on Raw.
I did.
Like, oh, you need some help? Oh, guess what? You're not going to get it. I'm going to leave, and you deserve this. Yeah. Basically, I'm paraphrasing what LA said.
I mean, he literally said, "You're not going to get it from me," and turned and walked off.
Yeah.
So, like, I liked. It's funny because last week we were talking about, man, we ain't seen LA Knight,
and there he was.
He confronted the Usos and Seth Rollins. which I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I like that he said that to Seth, because you thought for a minute, is he gonna be like, look, I hate you, but I hate the Vision more, but it wasn't. It was like, basically, screw you. You're getting what you deserve.
Yeah.
You created this monster, now you die with it, peace out.
Yeah.
And so
And I like that.
I have
did.
no issue with that at all.
No.
I mean, that is perfectly fine with me. And, it, and then you saw what happened. But, Seth and Braun, again, that's going to be a good match, and then the Vision against the Street Profits. Hopefully the Street Profits get the titles. Because I really, really think something's going to shake out with Austin Theory and this Maxine Dupree thing. Like there's something cooking there. I don't know at what point we get there, but there's something cooking there. And so
I don't recall seeing Maxine Dupree on any like camera shots with
I didn't notice anything
anything
last
last
night.
night on
I
Raw.
didn't notice anything last night. And so, but if something happens there, or I feel like when something happens there, I think the big question for me is it going to be just Theory doing his thing, and does Logan go, or does Logan kind of get left out in the cold? Which I think Logan is a star in himself. Like, I don't think he needs anybody. Like,
No.
I think he needs to be more in a singles title picture, you know, U.S. Intercontinental, something like that. Like,
Yeah.
he's
He's a former US champion.
yeah,
Mhm.
he's got enough on his own. He can make it work on his own. He doesn't have to have a stable, a clique,
Yeah.
a group, a faction.
I prefer Theory though over the Jeff, the Stooge at ringside, handing him the breast knucks all the time though.
Yeah,
Like if I see Jeff in real life, I'm gonna tap Jeff out. That's just I can't just just his little stupid face. I can't stand
yeah,
him. Can't stand him.
yeah,
Little ugh words I'm not gonna say in front of kids in case they're watching.
yeah.
Can't stand him. But
Yeah,
anyways,
I put the no age restrictions on this when I upload it, so we're trying to keep it clean over here.
yeah,
But
we're keeping it clean.
but I get what you're saying though.
Just Jeff is not likable, to say the least.
Yeah, but so I want to make sure we have plenty of time to talk about this. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. So, like we said, LA Knight. Well, okay. Before he did that, let's go to how Raw opened. So Raw opens again with Roman Reigns,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, he's talking to
Title.
Pierce. Yeah, yeah.
That's never been done before, by the way. Everybody always carries their titles
Yeah.
around with them. Roman Reigns has a person to keep his
Yeah.
title until he asks for it. That's never been done before, at least on screen.
Yeah,
So
no.
that's a whole other level in and of itself.
But he's talking to Pierce, and he's talking about going out to the ring, and then you hear Fatu's music hit,
Yep.
and he's like, "Is that his music?" Like, and you could tell he's like, "What the what is going on here?"
Who? Hey, Fatu.
So Fatu's out there.
Everybody else named Fatu.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Fatu's out there, doing his thing, and then Roman comes out, and they're going at it, and
well, the
then
Usos came out first.
yeah, you're right.
Jay
You're
come
right.
out with a chair. Jimmy's trying to calm Jay down on the way to the ring.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So yeah, my bad, because I'm getting my weeks confused. Yeah, you're right. So the
Yep.
Usos did come out first,
Mhm.
and I loved that Jay came out with the chair.
And Jay's just pacing with the chair, and it's like, and Jimmy's like,
Well, because man, we're Jay is at his best. Like, the yeeting is cool, and you can still do it.
yeah,
But when he's right hand man, main event Jay Uso, that is at his best. When you don't know, are you going to get rational Jay or unhinged Jay?
mhm,
Like, which one are we going to get? Like, that's the best Jay Uso.
yeah,
100%.
uh,
And I love that you've got Jimmy kind of trying to be the voice of reason, but you can see that he's getting tired of being the voice. Like, they're just subtle things that I'm noticing in his body language, like facial expressions and things he's saying. For instance, with the whole LA Knight backstage, and he's like, not now.
yep,
Like, it wasn't the, hey, Oos, let me talk to him, calm down. No, it was just like, not now.
hmm
Not now. Like, he's getting a little more, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hmm
And so
Agitated.
I'm hoping that Jimmy becomes a little bit more like Jay, and maybe not to the extent that Jay is, because one of them has to at least have somewhat of a level head. Excuse me, but I'm hoping we're going to see a little more edge from Jimmy. I love that Jay came out like he did, and I love that when things started going down, Roman came out,
Mm-hmm.
and then they were like calling shots with each other, man, and I
Yeah.
loved it. You know, Roman's saying this, and then they're pointing, and they're doing that, and then they get them tied up in the ropes,
Yep.
and I mean, it was just Superman punch, double super kick, Superman punch, double super kick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just repeated, man. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is this is what it's all about right here. This is what I paid to see, and I didn't pay nothing, but I paid for Netflix.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm here for. You know,
Yeah.
like I want to see domination from my tribal chief and the Usos. And then and I love how Adam Pearce is out there, Roman's walking out, and he's like, now you can do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's like gave Adam Pearce permission to handle it.
Yeah.
You know, and Pierce is sounds like he's about to fire Jacob Fatu.
He sounded like Vince there for a second. Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
And then you hear Jacob, "Hey, Roman!"
Yeah.
Wincing in pain and just combat.
Yeah.
It's like, uh-oh.
And of course they're like, you ain't gotta do this, you ain't
You ain't gotta do that, Oos. You ain't gotta do that. Roman's like, oh, I have
And I got Roman takes his hand and puts it over the mic like this, and then just takes it, and he's like, I accept.
Uh-huh.
Now he's 2-0 in tribal combat.
He's gonna be 3-0 too.
And he's going to be 3-0.
He's gonna be 3-0 too.
And honestly, I think this is the match that it takes to make Jacob fall in line.
I think so too.
I think that's what this is. This is a means to an end, because we've said this whole time, like, Fatu's great, not ready to carry the torch as champion, dang sure not ready to carry the torch as tribal chief.
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so.
Like, just not at this stage.
When you're on the edge of getting fired,
Yeah.
by on screen,
Yeah.
by Adam Pearce, when you're on that edge of like, and I'm shocked there hadn't been a suspension, a fine, anything like that
No, nothing.
announced after everything.
And honestly, it's probably because this schedule's so compacted. Where do you suspend them? You know, when you got Saturday night's main event and then Clash in Italy coming up. But this is where he has no choice when it's over with but to acknowledge them.
Yep. This is either go or stop.
Yeah. So
All
when
gas, no brakes with it.
when he called for the tribal combat, I was like, okay, this is it. This is what this was where this road was taking us all along. Good job, WWE.
Mm-hmm.
You had a plan. We wondered what you were going to do. How are you gonna get unhinged Jacob Fatu to fall in line with this tribal chief? There's no other way but tribal combat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Roman, he went through it with Jay, beat him. Went through it with Solo and beat him. Now Solo ended up going to another brand. You know, like they didn't
started his own
little thing.
His own bloodline.
I say with another brand. They were both on SmackDown at the time, I guess, but he started his own thing, which it was okay. Whatever, I guess. But yeah, I think this is where Jacob falls in line. He's going to acknowledge Roman. He's going to have no choice but to acknowledge Roman. And I think we get Bloodline 2.0. Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Ones to the sky.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know where the Usos will fall in line in this. I can't wait for Monday night because there's going to be some fallout. I think LA Knight may have a super kick coming pretty soon, because I think Jay's got one locked and loaded for LA, and I think it might happen on Monday. But I'm ready to see Jimmy lose it a little bit, man. I'm ready to see Jimmy lose it a little bit. And he seems like he's getting there.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting there. So, he's a little bit like Sami Zayn in the fact that he's trying to do it the right way, but kind of getting pushed over a little bit. Nobody's listening to him, and I think it's just a matter of time before he says, ain't nobody listening to me anyway, so dang, I'm gonna do it.
I mean, he's not delirious about it like Sammy is.
Right,
So
right.
Sammy's talking to Johnny Gargano, planked on an anvil case,
Yeah,
and Johnny Gargano's been planked for like 2 months now, just
yeah,
laying there,
yeah,
just out of it, and I don't know, Johnny moved his head a little bit Friday night. Well,
yeah.
maybe we'll get Rebel Heart back. I don't know. Um, yeah, Sammy needs to. There's some more crash out that Sammy needs to go through. Jimmy, I can see him just kind of being like, all right, F it,
Yeah,
and just doing whatever Jay does,
yeah.
and that being it. So, um,
And I think, man, that will bode well for both of them in the tag team division. Like to get those Usos back, what just like when they were the undisputed tag champs, like they were the do whatever it takes to win team. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like they would do whatever it took to win.
I mean, I don't think they need titles,
No,
frankly,
they don't have to
for
have
them
them.
to be the greatest tag team possibly of all
I mean,
time,
I think
based
they're
like
proving
they
that
are.
right now. Like they're
I mean,
proving it with their run right now
yeah.
that you can still grow your legacy and have an impact without having the titles on you. Like they don't have to have them.
Hmm.
And I think they will have another run or two before it's all said and done.
Kind of inevitable, yeah.
Yeah, but right now they don't have to. I think they go through all this build up for a little while and the bloodline reform, and then it's back to okay, now let's go get ours.
Hmm.
Let's go get ours.
And I can see, once they, or if they get like all on the same page, like solidified, like, Roman's group here, bloodline, call it what you will, they're all going to want gold and all going to want just to dominate the entire landscape of Raw or wherever they're at. So,
Can you imagine this faction? Roman Reigns, your heavyweight champion.
hmm,
The Usos, your tag team champions. Jacob Fatu, your intercontinental champion.
that'd be amazing.
And if you could somehow get Solo to fall in line and get the U.S. title, could you imagine dominate both brands, man?
Hmm.
And,
Yeah,
and that's what
yeah.
I thought would happen in the first run. I thought we were going to get something like that, and it just never happened. But man, I just feel like WWE, like you have built these guys as the greatest. You have built them up to be the greatest. Now prove it.
Hmm.
Create that faction where every one of them have a title and let them it doesn't have to be a long period, but let them dominate, man. Like that would be amazing.
Yeah, I bet they will. I mean, and supposedly, Paul Heyman said it a few years ago at a WrestleMania press conference, like we're in, there are innings to this.
Yeah.
We're not near the end. So,
Yeah.
I wonder what inning we're in.
That's the question.
I don't think it's the third anymore, but
No, we're at least halfway through the game, but
yeah, yeah.
but I say maybe seventh inning stretch at this point, because you do have to think Roman's not young. The Usos aren't young, you know.
Doesn't matter.
It it it, it,
Look
it
at
doesn't, but
'em.
but when you look at them and then you look at the influx of young talent that you've got coming up,
And there's still some in that bloodline that are not here yet.
well, that was going to be my
That
next.
should be that I wish would be here
Well,
soon.
that was going to be my next question. Is in tribal combat. I say next question. What my next
Hmm.
question? But earlier today, I meant to leave myself a note to bring this up. Do we see Zilla
I
make
was
an
about to say
appearance?
that Umaga has a son, folks.
Do we see Zilla show up during tribal combat?
Well, I don't think Zilla's signed right now. I think he's wanting to be signed, obviously. I don't
Yeah.
think they signed him, so I mean, I don't expect him to show up at Tribal Combat.
Well, but
But at some
please,
point,
man, like
Zilla's got to be here.
there's gotta you gotta know WWE has a roadmap, so to speak,
Yeah.
to all of this with
And,
him.
and I mean, he is Umaga Jr., if such a thing exists.
If he had the same hair and painted his face, you wouldn't know the difference.
No,
You wouldn't know the difference.
no, the resemblance is striking.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of him. I think there's got to be one or two out there that are just kind of out there and kind of
Yeah.
in the indies, but I can't
I know
remember.
there are others because I've
Right now,
seen
but
Because what was it? It was it was during WrestleMania. They were interviewing them all when after Punk made the comment about Roman's dad, and they were going around the Indies asking all the guys in the family question, in the indie circle that were a part of the family, how they felt about it. And so,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I think Zilla's up next, man, and I think it's time to bring him up. You can bring him up kind of like what you did Solo when he came to the main roster. Solo didn't just, unless I'm just misremembering, it's not like he jumped in and was in a ton of matches right out the gate on the main roster. But you could bring Zilla up and he can just kind of be there,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, and kind of ease his way in.
Solo was NXT North American
He
champion
was.
when he showed up at
He
Clash at
was.
the Castle and helped out Roman Reigns for the
Yeah.
first time against Drew McIntyre. And then he was there. He was actually NXT North American champion for a little bit there when he debuted on at the time it was SmackDown.
Yeah. And then they
Um,
made him relinquish it.
you know, did he relinquish
I
it or
think
did he
so,
get?
yeah.
Did he get beat for it? I'm trying to remember.
I feel like they made him relinquish it.
Maybe I remember Dom having it pretty soon after
Yeah.
that. So, but beyond that, um, I can't remember. But I mean, yeah, there's plenty of bloodline to go. So
Yeah.
I was thinking more along the lines of like the fifth inning, maybe, but maybe it's seventh.
Maybe.
Who knows? We'll see.
Maybe. We're somewhere in that fifth to seventh. There's still plenty of action to go, man. But Zilla is the next card I want to see played,
Hmm.
and I don't want to see him played in favor of Jacob Fatu. Like I want to see him coming in, falling in line, acknowledging Roman,
Yeah.
and going that way.
There's a few talents out there that are outside of WWE that I would like. I'm kind of wondering why they're not here. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of, and I want them to come here. Like I was thinking the other day, I was like, can I name five? Zilla's on that list, which I think he'll be here soon, eventually. Tessa Blanchard is on that list. She's in TNA. Looks just like Tully, just like Tully, but like she's good at everything. I mean, she's built a reputation for herself. Maybe not a good one. Um, I mean, some folks have said she's kind of a bully in real life and kind of backstage and all that. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just kind of what they say. I have no idea. I'm not there. So, but I kind of wonder, like, why is Tessa Blanchard not here? Teal Piper, Roddy Piper's daughter. She's been in the Indies for a number of years now, just kind of doing her own thing, not really caring about much. Why isn't she here? At least in NXT. So at least those three I'm thinking of right now, and then like, I don't know. I'll just go with those three right now. I'm just kind of like, these are like legacy talents that need to be here, like
Yeah.
in my opinion. So, um, oh, okay, I'll throw one more at you because I got to bring this up real quick. If if you didn't watch TNA Impact on AMC last week, Leon Slater, who we've seen Leon Slater team up with Javon Evans
Mm-hmm.
in WWE like last year some on NXT, and of course Saturday night's main event. Leon Slater was the TNA X Division champion. As of this past, if he got past Cedric Alexander last Thursday night on Impact, which it aired live, it was a 2 out of 3 falls match. Not Javon, gosh. Leon Slater was going to break the record and be the longest reigning X Division champion of all time. The match was insane. Very, very, very good match. If you haven't seen it, go out of your way to watch it. Leon Slater, Cedric Alexander, 2 out of 3 falls for the X Division Championship. It was the main event of Impact last week. Um, but freaking phenomenal, beautiful match. I mean, Leon Slater is a joy to watch. I hope he has eyes for WWE. I know he's a TNA kid, but he needs to be here. Like he needs to be here when his time there is up, when his contract is up, whatever the case is. He needs to come aboard here. Just he's that good. He's impeccable. He reminds me of an AJ Styles, of a Rob Van Dam. He's just a phenom of a talent that is just out there and like there's just nobody like him, and he needs to be here. But he did not get the job done, and he did not break the record. Cedric Alexander beat him and is the X Division champion. I cannot believe that. But anyways, I had to throw Leon Slater's name in that hat too.
Yeah.
And that match was insane. So,
Yeah.
um, all right. We were talking about what before we were talking about talents that aren't here that should be?
Bloodline.
Oh, duh.
Yeah,
What else?
yeah. So the tribal combat match, man. I mean, I expect it to be brutal. You know, it's gonna
Yeah.
be it's gonna be a brutal match, but I think it'll be good. I mean, so far everything we've seen from Roman and Jacob has been good. It's been entertaining. So I expect this to be nothing less than that. You know, but again, I cannot even fathom a world where Jacob Fatu wins this.
No, I can't either. And we've got Saturday night's main event coming up this Saturday night on Peacock.
What are the matches? We got the women's tag match.
There are 5 matches. 3 of the 5 matches are women's matches, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So there is Becky Lynch against Sol Ruca is a
Yeah.
non-title match.
Yeah,
Um, I think Sol Ruca could beat her.
I think so. I think she's the next women's IC champion.
Even though Sol Ruca hasn't won a match yet since being on Raw, she's 0-2. She didn't beat Liv Morgan. She did not beat Io Sky. But I mean, Sol has held her own. I mean, like, it's also Liv Morgan and Io Sky. I mean, give her a break.
Speaking of, I do just have to throw this out there on Raw last night when Becky and Sol were back there talking, and Becky was like, "You need to just go," you know, and Sol's like,
All
"Okay,
right.
I will," and she walks out, and you hear music, and Becky's standing there with Byron, and she goes, "Well, I expected more fight. These girls today or whatever, they just don't."
You see there, Byron, they're lazy. You
Is
see
that her
there?
music?
And then their music
Is
plays. She's at the
like it was
Yeah.
just like Becky played it so well, man. Like it was great. So that was just a cool spot, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Sol will be the one that takes the IC title from Becky at some point. And it's just a matter of when. Maybe that'll be a Night of Champions thing. Maybe Sol beats her for the opportunity, or Becky cheats or something to win. But something happens, and she's in line for that title shot at Night of Champions.
I think Becky has a soul snatcher in her future,
Oh
in
yeah,
her near future, near
Yeah.
being Saturday night.
yeah.
So we got Sol and Becky. We have the 6-woman tag team match. So Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss, which is an all-star team all by itself,
Man.
versus Jade Cargill, Michin, and B-Fab. I don't see Jade Cargill, Michin, and B-Fab going over those three. Three of the
All these
greatest.
cuts that WWE does, and you kept Meechin and B-Fab on. Like, what in the living, you know what? I gotta know. I may make this the poll question on Spotify. Is there a Meechin and B-Fab fan out there anywhere? Because listen, I'm in the card thing. Like I'm in card groups. I buy, sell, trade all the time. I never see anybody saying looking for Meechin or B-Fab. Never see anybody looking for them. Never seen anybody buying them. So my question to you all out there in the YouTube universe and the Spotify universe and the Apple universe, are there any Meechin and BFAB fans out there? I just got to know. Comment. Let me know. Tell me I'm crazy and that you do exist. Please.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to disparage.
I'm just saying it's like Sasquatch. It's like Bigfoot. Like, has anyone ever really seen them?
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying?
like,
Do they really exist?
I was like, you trying to say they look like? I didn't know what you're trying to say there.
I'm saying, like, people say it's real, but have they really ever been spotted in the wild? Like, are there really fans out there? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. If you're out there, speak up. Like, I won't judge you. Like, I'm not gonna. Okay, no, I won't. I won't talk bad about you. Like, you are free to love who you love and be a fan of who you want to be a fan of. I'm genuinely curious because I have never seen anybody say, "Oh man, I love Meechin. Oh, I love BFAB." So I'm just curious, man.
Yeah. We have, what was the other women's match? Oh, the women's tag team titles.
Yeah.
Brie Bella and Paige against the Irresistible Forces.
I think Paige and Brie Bella's run is over.
I think so too.
And I gotta say this, and I know we're pushing. We've been on for a while, but man, this is gonna sound ugly, but Paige is okay in the ring. Like, she seems slow, but the Bellas, man, it's just time to hang it up. Like, it's just time. Like, like watching Brie in a match, it's really hard for me, man. Like she looks like she's moving in slow motion, like having to think about every single move and how she's, which obviously I'd rather be slow and cautious and not hurt anybody, but I don't know, man. It just her matches just don't move me. Maybe I'm the minority in that, but I just don't. I'm over it, man. Like I just feel like their time came and they went. They look great in the era that they wrestled in, but in this new era with the athleticism in these women these days, I just don't think they hold a candle to the ladies that are doing it right now. But anyway, I think Paige and Bree lose it. I think unfortunately Nia and Lash are going to win. I can't stand them, but it is what it is.
I'm a fan of Lash. I mean, Lash is. We're just seeing the beginning of Lash
Oh,
Legend.
she's
We're
got
just seeing the beginning of
championship
Lash
upon
Legend.
championship upon championship in her
Yeah,
future
yeah,
as long as she stays healthy. There's
yeah.
no doubt.
Yes, yes. And besides that, we have the Intercontinental title, Penta against Ethan Page. Should be a fine match.
It should be a good one.
Ethan Page is really good, especially talking. But I mean, he's good at everything else too. So, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we had a new Intercontinental Champion on
See
Saturday
that.
night. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Um, I'm looking forward to that match anyway. Um, and then besides that, it's the World Tag Team titles, the Vision against the Street Profits, and those are the 5 matches.
So the question is, do all three titles change hands?
I don't think the Visions changes hands. I think Maxine Dupree shows up, and I think there's going to be something there that
Yeah,
happens, and I think the Vision are going to keep the tag team titles.
for now.
I think Ethan Page wins the Intercontinental title
Yeah.
from Penta. I think the women's tag team titles. I don't see Brie and Page beating the Irresistible Forces. I just don't.
Do we get an appearance by Nikki? Like maybe she's cleared and comes
Maybe
out and does something.
or others could happen.
Yeah,
Could happen. There could be a big schmoz
yeah.
kind of a ordeal.
But it's
Um,
going to be a good show though.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to be a good show, and then clashing Italy the next week. So I mean, honestly, it's a busy next week and a half because we got Friday Night SmackDown, Saturday Night's main event, Monday Night Raw,
Yeah.
SmackDown again, and then Clash in Italy. Not to mention NXT mixed in there as well. So
Not to mention the night before Clash in Italy, the Saturday night. Clash in Italy is on a Sunday night. The night before, AAA, Noche de los Grandes, the mask versus
Mask
mask
versus
match.
well, and Clash in Italy is actually going to be Sunday afternoon
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah, because it's in
So
Italy,
yeah,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I'm just glad it's not on Saturday because I work on Saturdays, and so I'm excited about that. But yeah, so then we got the mask versus mask match the day before. So there's
Highly
a
anticipated.
lot of stuff going on the next week and a half in WWE. So
Busy month.
man, get your DVRs or whatever ready. Make sure you got your stuff scheduled to record it because that's a lot to try to catch when
Oh,
it
yeah, it
happens.
is.
I know I'm just going to have to catch what I can when I can because it's a busy time for me. But luckily, I'm going to be on vacation next week, but I'm going to be out of town watching some baseball. So I'm not going to be able to watch Raw when it happens and some stuff. So I'll be playing catch up later in the week. Um, Next week, we'll be coming to you a little later because I'm going to be out of town. So we're going to record a couple of days later, but we are still going to record because, man, there's too much stuff going on to miss. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, man, you can't miss right now. Like, there's just way too much going. So, but man, I think we say it every week. We're always like, man, it's an exciting time in the
And
WWE.
it is. It is. For as much as it might seem like, some of us gripe about some stuff, it's just part of it. That's just not everything's always gonna be perfect. We're always gonna nitpick it and pick it apart
We're never going to love every
but
aspect.
I mean, like, gosh, we love this business and we
Yeah,
love being fans of it. And like right
absolutely.
now, it's always exciting. It just is. I mean,
I
it's
literally had a
like
dude at work today. He's like, man, I wish I watched wrestling more so I knew what y'all were talking about in your show because he caught part of the show, and
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like, I was like, man, get into it. Like, there's no bad time to jump in. Like,
No,
just
no,
just jump in.
no. And,
But
and and loads of content from before,
man,
years and decades before is available.
well, and that's what's great now is that you can jump in now, and if you don't understand something, you can literally just go to YouTube
Yeah,
and just type in, and you can watch some of the progression to get to where
yeah,
you are to kind of fill yourself in.
yeah. When I first discovered this, it was like WrestleMania 6 had just happened, and then I saw like, oh, WrestleMania 6 is going to be available on VHS like that day, like that next week. went to my video store, rented WrestleMania 6. That was the first WrestleMania that I ever watched. But before that, they also had WrestleMania 1, 2, 3, 4, the first SummerSlam, some, like a Royal Rumble, and just tapes from before that. So
But
I
you
just
couldn't
rented them
go
all.
back and watch the Raws. You couldn't watch like you couldn't just YouTube a segment,
Yeah.
to know like so. But I remember those days, man. Like, cause
But that's how I pieced it all together
yeah,
beforehand.
yeah,
That's how I knew like what I was watching. So,
yeah. So like my uncle would always get the pay-per-views, and so I would either go to his house and watch them. He'd get those and the WCW ones, or he would record it on a on a tape for me,
Mhm.
so that I could watch it. And but that's how I didn't get to watch Raw every week and all that because we didn't have cable in my house, so I didn't get to catch all that. So I was just like, you know, thank God then when you watched a pay-per-view, they recapped everything so you knew what happened to build up to where it was.
Yeah.
But man, it would have been awesome to be able to just type something in and be like, okay, this is what's going on. This is what's
It
going
would have been
on.
pretty convenient.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was a different time. And then like you, man, I remember going to the video store and being like, oh my God, I haven't seen this one yet. I'm gonna get this
Exactly.
one, like.
What did I miss here? Let me watch it and see.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
So, and then I would, I'm gonna admit this on here, but who didn't do it? I would have multiple VCR set up so I could play it in this one and record it in this
Oh, I
one.
did that.
Yeah, man,
I
like,
still have those tapes.
yeah,
I still
like,
have WrestleMania 6 like that.
and I would record it. I would do it in the longest time frame so I could fit like multiple ones per tape, and quality sucked, but who cares, man? I had that pay-per-view on tape,
Yep,
so.
yep.
Like a part of me, the nostalgic part of me misses those days,
We're not the
like
only ones that did that. I can assure you.
no,
I can assure you we
everybody
did
was
not.
doing that,
Yeah.
man. That was the thing to do. Like I would literally go,
Cena did that because I remember seeing an early Cena interview at his house, and he had drawers of tapes.
yeah,
He'd just written on them with a magic
yeah,
marker. This is WrestleMania 3.
yeah,
That's best of Ted DiBiase. That's
yeah.
just stuff that he made. So yeah,
And
I
then
mean,
when DVDs came out, I would rent the DVD, and I had a program on my computer that would rip it, and I would do that and copy them onto DVDs. And
I always bought the DVDs, but
somewhere in a tub, I've got a binder that's got the WrestleMania collection. It's got all kinds of different ones, man. Because that's what I did. I just go rip them.
mhm.
But now we've got streaming, thank God, and we can go do that, and we can go to podcasts and get opinions and all this crazy stuff. Like just so much information that is accessible nowadays, and it's awesome. So there's never a bad time to jump in if you're out there watching and you not 100% sure what all we're talking about, man. Just a quick Google.
Got to start somewhere anyway, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, so just jump in, dive in head first, man, because it's a fun ride, man.
you want recommendations? Hit me up or hit him up. I mean, I
Yeah.
can give you like top. What's your favorite match of all time? We've been on here a long time,
Mm,
or should we save that for another episode?
I'm gonna have to think about that, man,
Okay,
because there's several in contention. Let's put a pin in that. And let's come back next week. We'll talk about our favorite match of all time
pinned. Got you.
because I think that's a great topic of discussion.
There's all kinds of stuff like that we can discuss. I mean,
Oh
like
man, that's a rabbit hole that might end up taking up a show,
the
but
whole ditch. It's
yeah,
just a hole.
yeah. So we will definitely revisit that one. But that's a question for you guys, man. What's your all time favorite match? Put it in the comments and we'll talk about them, man. But man, we're not going to keep y'all any longer. Rusty and Billy's Wrestling Adventure. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can actually download the episode on Spotify so that you can just listen to it whenever. But make sure you follow our YouTube channel. We're going to try to start posting more short videos and stuff as well. Just bear with us. We're growing a little at a time, but we're loving every second of this. But again, Rusty and Billy's Wrestling Adventure. I'm Rusty. This is Billy. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll catch y'all next week.
I didn't get a cramp this week.
4 letters, one word. Stop.
That's not